Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone is having a good night, or I suppose any other time of day, depending on if you're watching this on a restream or not. I am going to be working on Trash Heist as per usual tonight. We have some good progress being made, and we're going to keep that thing rolling. Trying to play a little music in the background. I hope it doesn't pick up too much on the mic. Okay. I am going to pop open my little to-do list here. So this is what we are working on. Let me give some context. So right now we are combining the move choices for this multiplayer game. But when we watch back the results of the moves, we got some feedback today in the playtest that maybe it still felt like it took a long time. So we might just do a Unity time step increase during this phase of playback, just to kind of get through it faster. Things also need to be now ultra bouncy because if you notice, if you look close, there are no more pegs anywhere. And that is because we are shifting to a mini golf style play. So before it was very plinko, where gravity went in different directions, and it was kind of like, it was kind of clever, and it was a interesting take on the plinko kind of peggle formula of like using different gravity directions. But ultimately, it wasn't really adding enough value. You know, when people played, they didn't pick up on the gravity and the launching a fresh raccoon each round. It just was okay. But when we tried relaunching the same raccoon around the map, it just brought a lot more joy. So now we need to make things bouncy, because if you're trying to like bank shots and things, that's way more satisfying. Right now, you kind of just hit a surface and you're like, okay, and then you just kind of stop, and that's not as satisfying. It's fun to like launch something into a wall and like see it bounce around. So we're gonna do that. And then we discovered this today in the playtest, a really fun game that we kind of made up, which is really fun. I feel like as kids, you do this a lot, where you just like make up rules to your own game. And that's kind of some of our playtesting methodology. If we can ever just like set rules that we all agree upon, like kind of house rules, then that can sometimes lead to us building those features. So for example, once we got all the objectives, we decided, hey, pretend there's a getaway car that you all have to get to. And so we made this moving truck our getaway car. And it was actually pretty fun to like all try to escape. So I think that's going to be kind of how a level ends. And then, yeah, right now you get an objective, but like it's not really celebrated at all. And so I think we want that more obvious. So these are some core things we're going to do. I have like a long list of tasks because we have some more clear direction on the project now. But these are things I'm going to hop into first, because that was the most noticeable issues in the play test, and we want to kind of hit the most impactful things first, the things that we're really noticing cause friction. Okie dokie. So let's get this out of the way. We don't need to stare at that. And let's get started. So I think the simplest thing to start with is just making things super bouncy. It should be pretty darn easy. Famous last words. So we just need to use a physics material. What material do they have? Oh, there is no physics material on these. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's find where all of these things live. Okay, so all of our walls, I guess we have to be careful we don't accidentally select the doors, because I don't really want people to bounce off doors, because I think that would be a weird experience. But all these walls, not breakable walls, because those are basically doors. What are you? You're like slopes. Those are all slopes. We don't want slopes bouncy. Okay, and then the shed is its own little situation over here. Okay, let's start with the shed. And I think we want to rename. Let's like rename all these to like wall. Just call it wall. And then we can go up here. I think all of these are walls as well. So we'll call this wall. All right, so anything named wall, we will give it a new... Oh, that's interesting. So not all of these have colliders. Oh, some have mesh collider. Why? Why do you have a mesh collider? Oh, because some of these are not walls. Some of these are these little triangle things. So we should... We'll call this floor pyramid. I don't know. Make that one word. Okay, let's find everything that's a floor pyramid. Okay, so it's kind of mixed up, unfortunately. Okay, so far that looks pretty good. Okay, there's a wall. There's a wall, and there's a wall. Okay. Floor pyramids. All right. So all of these should have... Oh, what? Okay. Box collider, box collider, box collider. Mesh collider. Oh, you are also a floor pyramid. How many here? Oh, okay. So here down, these are floor pyramids too. So these guys, let's move these guys up here. Bring it by its friends. Same with these. Okay. And then we can come all the way up here. All of these have box colliders, which is what we want. And we already made a material a long time ago, I think called ultra bouncy. So we have bouncy, low friction, normal, slidey, sticky, ultra bouncy. That might be overkill, but I just kind of want to see what happens. So let's test it out. Let me change my windows a little here too. Let's put OBS there, and then let's put our game scene actually on a different area. And let's jump over there. Okay. All right, so I'm trying to remember why. Oh yeah, that's how I can launch stronger. All right, so I'm just going to try to hit a wall and see if I bounce off of it. Oh, that's a door. Okay. I tagged a little bit of the wall. It's going to be maybe a little hard to know how effective this is, but let's go all the way behind. Oh, what? Do we not have... I must not have updated the debug to go 360, I guess? That's weird. I totally have 360 controls. Let's fix that real quick because that's going to become really annoying real fast. So I think it's debug. Yeah, debug player controller, I think is what we call that one. And then let's just hop in to that script because I think I hard coded a limitation on it. On the full game, like the deployed game that we have internally deployed, it definitely works from the phone input, but it seems we might have, oh yeah, you can see here, this is limitation. So the way I did it before was negative 180, positive 180. Okay. Cool. So now we can rotate. I'm not super excited. Like that level of bounce wasn't huge, but I'm curious if once I am closer to a wall, if it'll really launch itself. I hope so. That's what we want. We want a nice strong bounce. All right, we will full steam ahead, launch that way, hit the door because that's just, yeah, all right. Like that bounce seemed okay. I mean, it was kind of cross map. Okay, so let's launch backwards and let's try to hit. I mean, I definitely think we're bouncing more, but I don't know if I'm liking it. Right? It's like I'm bouncing back at an angle that's not very satisfying. Let's reduce. Let's get in here. Okay, and then let's try zoom in. I think that's another thing too. Like I think I want to increase power of the launch. So let's see what happens if I hit here and we get like full power. The hope is you would get a ricochet off here and we would maybe go and unlock that door. Let's see if that happens. Yeah, I mean, obviously my angle was wrong, but I think that was much, I don't think that kind of shot was even like kind of possible before. Let's just launch and hit this multiplier. Yeah, okay, so it's kind of working. Oops, I didn't mean to hit play twice. Let's make sure our ultra bouncy material is actually as bouncy as possible. Dynamic friction, bounciness is 1. 1 is as high as you can go. And we're at multiply. I wonder if multiply or maximum is going to give me a higher result. Let's try maximum. So we want as bouncy as possible. So now we could also like write something custom to just propel you from that. But I'm hoping that's not necessary. Give a full launch. Oh, well, yeah, I hit the sprinkler. It's not, I don't think I made that bouncy. Let's try here. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. That was a bounce. Interesting. Okay, now we have to, I mean, like that launched me pretty far. I'm excited for it to maybe be overkill, but let's see. Let's launch through the door. Yeah, okay. That feels better. It didn't feel great when I just smacked right against the wall, but when I was hitting between furniture. Yeah, like so here I'm going to hit up and then bounce into the garage is the hope. Oh, that didn't work well. Oh, I think there was a door there that's not being rendered. I think I fixed that earlier, but I forgot to save. Yeah, there's definitely a door there. It's not being rendered. Okay, but this works. I mean, it's not perfect. Okay, so here my shot, I'm gonna hit that wall and then bounce and hit the multiplier. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, so this is proving it well enough. I think that is fine. We do need to make these render. So it's all of our doors, or sorry, actually our camera is set to not render the door layer. So we can fix that pretty quickly. Gameplay camera. We need to just check doors. There we go. And now you can see the doors are purple and rendering. So that's good. Okay, so now we made things bounce. I don't feel like they still bounce enough, if I'm being honest. I kind of feel like maybe I just don't know if we want the friction. Let's try a couple things. Like let's just say like there's no friction and it's ultra bouncy. Like I have no idea. I don't know how that's going to behave. It might be exactly the same because you're not really like sliding across it, but who knows? We will find out. It was still definitely possible to ricochet shots, but I feel like if you're launching at full speed, we may want to make it pretty pinball-y. All right, let's go full speed and yep, that was a pretty strong bounce. Can't tell if it was any more than last time though. I mean, last time I went pretty far as well. Let's get all the way over here, launch in. Yeah, it's pretty satisfying. I don't know if it's any stronger, but I do like. So those extra raccoons still have gravity on them, and so they're just chaos. They're just going wild. He's gonna get out of here eventually, maybe. Okay, so let's try a shot. Let's see if we can bank off this wall and hit the power up. Oh, I hit something much closer. All right, we can work with this. Let's try bouncing off of here and then we'll come to rest. Yeah, maybe I'll actually weaken that a little. It's making it possible. I feel like there's something not satisfying yet with it. Like I'm not feeling this like satisfaction of like when the impact happens. I wonder if we just need some kind of juice, or if it's like a sound effect. I probably need to play some golf games just to feel like what the bounce feels like. I shouldn't have done that. Now I have to restart. Either way, I think it's an improvement. I don't think it's there yet, but we have a lot to do, so I think we'll leave it at that, and we'll go on to the next task. We could do on every impact we do a little slowdown. That might be interesting. That's really easy to test, right? So let's find that. I think it's on interaction point. There is a hit. Where are you at? I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think it was like called a hit stop. I thought it was in the script, but apparently not. Okay, so we can just call hit stop stop. But I don't. See if we actually find it implemented somewhere and not commented out. See, that's crazy because I'm like nearly positive we're doing it. So I'm not sure. Let's go to the script. Okay, we have it in 3 places. Has anyone not commented out? Ah, here we go. So we find it, we call it the same one. Okay, so what we should do then, I think, is just on every hit, what is this? Damage to fill meters. So this almost seems like it would happen every time, but I think, are we breaking out? No, for each. I guess this only happens every now and again. Okay, yeah, so it only happens now and again. Yeah, I mean, let's just put it here. Why not? Well, see, that's actually not where we want it. We want it every time it hits something. So I don't think there's any script. I think it would have to be on the player, because I don't think there's any logic on the walls. Collision. Do not have an on collision. Oh, I don't have an on collision on this guy. But I think I want one. Okay, yeah, let's make one. Let's put it under start. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing my script. That's my bad. Do an on collision enter. So we'll just try this. We'll say if you hit anything, maybe not the floor. What is the floor labeled floor? It's called ground. Okay. So if collision dot layer, would it be game object dot layer does not equal ground. Why don't you like that? So it wants an int. Layer. Thought there was a way to do it with the string name. Or do you just tag? Because it's also tagged as ground. Okay, cool. So it's also tagged as ground. So as long as the tag is not ground, then we will stop. Let's just see if that works. It might be a little aggressive. We could do it shorter instead of a whole second. But let's just try. Because I think those like ricochets just happen so fast that you don't really get to appreciate them. My hunch is it's going to be slowing that down to like point, or like shortening that length like 0.25 or something. So it's kind of subtle, but it just gives like more impact to the ricochets. And every ricochet should probably add damage too, if we're being honest about that. Yep. Okay, so there's a bounce. Now it did last quite a long time. Let's get in and do some more ricocheting, not just a single hit. It's not bad, honestly. I mean, it is kind of a long pause, but it's not horrible. Let's see if we can like do a bunch of ricochets here. Full power. Ooh. 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 Okay. I think that's good, but let's shorten it a little bit. I think it'll get old. Go with my gut and try 0.25 seconds. I just did a quick change there, and let's see how that feels. Probably won't be able to stream too long. We'll see. I've been going back to the gym in the mornings. My back was super messed up from our office move, but it's starting to feel mostly normal again. So I've been going back to the gym, and it's an early morning to do that. So let's get in here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like that 0.25 a lot more. That first shot is kind of tough to get any good ricochets though. Oh, no, he's constantly ricocheting with his fellow raccoons. Oh man, this is an interesting. I've never had this problem before, so I'm stuck here. I don't know. Okay, I knocked them all around. I think we should probably destroy them, the extra raccoons, after you've multiplied them. Let's bounce off these and see if we can hit that on switch. Ooh, almost. Oh, it's not bad. Okay, I like the little 0.25. I think it's nice. I'm just gonna try another ricochet. I don't think it's a really great angle. Actually, I know it's not. Let's just go for the door. Why not? And then where would I go next if this is a real match? I guess I would just try to go this way. Worked pretty well, actually. Okay, so then now we talked about maybe speeding. So that's pretty good for the bounce effect. Okay, so going over to the next item, it was, yeah, so we made I say all things. We actually didn't make that's not true. We didn't make all things. So let's go back in and make sure our like lamps and our other objects are also ultra bouncy. So where is this guy at? Okay, so these are furniture items. So let's make sure that these. Okay, so not all of these have physics materials. Okay, you do. Okay, so all the lamps. Let's start with the lamps. I don't know if I want the objectives to have colliders or triggers. I might switch those to triggers, so that way you go through it. I think that's more satisfying. But one thing at a time. All right, so let's do ultra bouncy. Okay, that's all the lamps. And then that is, I don't even know what that's supposed to be, but it is an object that we want to make bouncy. And then what are you? You are the fireplace. Yeah, you should be bouncy. Ultra bouncy. Who are you? You are tables. Are you also a table? Yeah. And are you a table? I think you all are tables. Yeah, y'all should be bouncy too. The sectionals are a weird case because I kind of want to be able to jump the sectionals. And I think if I make them ultra bouncy, you might bounce off of them. So I think I'm going to leave the couches alone. But all the boxes we can make ultra bouncy. Light bounce. Okay, those actually had a bit of a bounce on it, but ultra bouncy. We won't make the doors or the breakable walls bouncy because I don't really want you to fly off of those. I think you should do that. Okay. Another thing. So okay, so we now all things are ultra bouncy. Oh, here's my list. This is my little nomenclature. I put the double dash when I finish something. Speed of playback. We could totally do that. Let's do that. Let's try it. Okay, so to do that, we need to find the game state manager and find when it's playing back all of the moves. Let's see. I remember I kind of went in and did this in a bit of a hacky way to kind of get to rework the system to make this happen. So I'm gonna have to take a moment to remember how. So yeah, whenever the raccoon goes slow enough, we go to the next turn. So we would need to know if we hit the end of the turn. Do we have anything here? Okay, so all players have gone. So how does this work? Okay, we get all the players every time we say launch raccoon. And then if we find the one that hasn't launched, we launch them. And then when they all go, then we can set the time back. So let's look at our what's it called? The hit stop and see how we did this. Now I'm a little worried the hit stop is going to break this because it messes with the time scale. Because we're going to original time scale. Because that's going to go back to normal speed whenever you hit something, and I don't want it to. I think we would just change original time scale. Maybe be public. Float original time scale. And let's just say it's I don't know if 1 point. Let's do 2. Let's start with something a little dramatic. I think double the speed might be a little crazy, but maybe not. Okay, so original time scale is now 2. And let's, well, I guess what is, yeah, that should be right. Okay, so then we will just have that go away. Okay, and then let's go back to our here. Oops, actually I lied. Let's steal. Yeah, this time.time scale is what we want to change. And we'll say if ever, where was all raccoons have gone? Oh, here we go. Okay. So if we ever launch the next raccoon, we would set the time scale equals to, kind of sloppy to have it in 2 different places, but this is what we're going to do. And then if all players have gone, then time scale goes back to 1. Now there's a small risk that after this gets set, the player collides with something, and that would be bad. maybe we do it here, because I think some of the stuff that happens here makes them not be able to interact with certain things. So actually to that point, let's say as long as you are not exhausted, then we will do the hit stop. Hit. Okay, I know you're on here. So. Okay, so and exhaust. That do we have? Yeah, I'm just probably spelling it wrong. I forgot the H. End is not exhausted. So if it's exhausted, it will not hit stop. And so now that other issue that I was afraid of shouldn't happen because we set it to exhausted and then we set the time scale to 1. So yeah, while we're playing back turns, everything goes twice as fast. Which means our minigame probably will be affected, but honestly, that's fine. I don't see a problem with that. All right, let's see how it feels. Whoa, what's going on with our boxes? What? Okay, hold on. Can I get screen to GIF? Like, what in the heck? Okay, well, I'm gonna hit replay. I don't know why setting the time scale. Oh, it's not the time scale, so I made them ultra bouncy. Okay, yeah, so the yeah, all the crates are bouncy. So yeah. Yeah, this is fine. This is totally fine. Yeah. Okay, so that means we cannot have them use gravity, I think, is what that means. I want to watch my little... Yeah, I can save that. Yeah, this little screen to GIF. Call this bouncing boxes. That's fun. Okay. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's just go through all the cardboard boxes, and I wonder if the lamps were also problematic. But let's just start with the boxes, and then maybe we won't let them use gravity. We just set them to kinematic. So basically, that does mean ones that are stacked won't collapse properly. Can I use gravity and be kinematic? I feel like that's a contradiction. Like they won't fall. I don't know. Let's try a test. See if this at least gets rid of the bounciness, which it should. But then I'm going to try to move a box out from under another one that's stacked and see if it falls. I don't think it will. I think kinematic will lock it in place. Okay, I can see in my scene view where you're not getting bouncy boxes, which is great. Then what happens, like, right, like this guy, here to move, here to move. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a problem. Like these stack boxes don't behave right. I think I can live with that because I think we want the bounciness pretty bad. I think the bounciness is more important than the boxes falling over. So yeah, we'll just accept that issue of like, if you destroy a box. Oh, which reminds me, I need to make another task. Distraction should destroy boxes with a single hit. Oh, okay. Which I think we could just reduce their HP in half, if I'm not mistaken, would be the fastest way to do that. So I can do it right now. What is your health points? Health points is 4. Let's do 2. Okay. Okay, what were we doing? I lost track. We made some changes. I was excited to see. Speed of playback. That's right. So in theory, we hadn't seen that happening because we got distracted by the bouncing crates. Okay. So this is all normal speed. Then when I launch, we should see this, everything just go fast. I don't feel like... Oh, actually, wait. Okay, so if you watch the stars bouncing, it seems to happen right after... Yeah, like right now it was happening. But it wasn't during my launch, which is kind of weird. It's like if I shoot, they're still going slow. And then they start going fast. We could also increase the speed and friction. So instead of increasing the time frame, we could basically make the raccoon go faster, but then stop more abruptly. I was surprised at how, because the reason we may not want to do this is because like we see everything go faster. Let me try to modify so it actually works at the right point though. So it was under, where's our time? I have time written all over this freaking script. Okay, now you're just wasting my time. Okay, so it's in launch track, next track. So this, I think I see where the problem is. Okay, let's actually set this. And there's somewhere, because this uses release stored launch. I'm trying to think of the first raccoon. Yeah, raccoon launch physics. Let's do it there because I think everything feeds into this raccoon launch physics, no matter if it's debug or anywhere else calling it. It'll all hit there eventually. Let's just see if that happens right away, right when we launch, it immediately does the 2x. The only problem there is it's probably, there's that time where it zooms in. It might be nice to have that go faster too. So we would need to figure out where that's happening, but let's start with this. All right, I'm going to launch towards that thing. I think it went faster. It's hard to tell when it's so zoomed in, but yeah. Okay, that does feel better, right? It's like the turn comes to an end much quicker. I don't hate it. What did I hit? I totally hit something out there. Oh, I hit the invisible wall. Yeah, honestly, I don't think anyone will notice that all the things are moving twice as fast. I think this might actually work. Oh, that door, I forgot, has like a secret objective. Let's turn that off. That happened in playtest today, and it was weird and confusing. Does not activate minigame. Cool. Well, that worked pretty well. Yeah. So I think we'll just keep it simple. Leave it like that. Okay, so now we have this complete. So it's twice as fast. We could push it even further, but I think let's not go too crazy. Okay, big pop-up. We should maybe put this like in a different list because this came up as we were working. Actually, wait, we did that already. We just made the boxes have half health. So now a regular enemy or a regular character will destroy them in 2 hits. The other guy will destroy it in 1. Okay, make all things ultra bouncy, speed up. Yep. Okay, now we need big pop-up for getting objectives. Okay, so this will be a little trickier because we need to basically pause everything while we see this, like, hey, you got it, good job. And then resume when we go back. So we can leverage probably the mini game system because it does that same functionality. But it touches a handful of things, so we just have to be careful. Okay, so we launch raccoon's physics. I think somewhere freeze raccoon. When is this freeze raccoon called? An interaction point. Yeah, okay, so we freeze raccoons, which stops them in place. And this, okay, so right now, if we hit a interaction point, we get, we make sure they're not exhausted because that means we don't want to like have old, quote, old raccoons triggering things. And that would include objectives. And these objectives, I think they're interaction points or maybe they're score. Let's see, let's click on an objective. Yeah, what is a script that like tracks? Okay, so yeah, it's a score object. So let's see how score objects are handled. Okay, so on a collision enter, okay, we're already checking for exhausted, so perfect. Now, if it's an objective, we should freeze. What are we doing here? We're turning off some things. We turn off the objective icons. We don't like destroy or turn this one off, right? Just a collider in the renderer. Okay, good. Let's find here and freeze our raccoons. Oh, why can't we do that? Is that because freeze raccoons is part of interaction point? Oh, it is. Weird. Oh, okay, so. Oh, then we freeze all the raccoons. Okay, we'll be naughty and we'll just literally copy and paste this function into our score. Because you're not an interaction point also, are you? No, you're not. Okay. Where did score object? Here we go. So we'll just put another function down here. Freeze raccoon. Okay. Okay, so now that will freeze the raccoon. If the raccoon's frozen, does anything keep going? So my concern is it will end the turn. So we do all of these things, but then do we check if it's frozen on exhaustion? So if you're not exhausted, we're tracking all this stuff. But I don't think we have a check to verify you're not frozen. It is frozen. Oh, well, that's just a local variable. So that's actually interesting. How does it know not to start the next person's turn? Yeah, because we have this launch next raccoon. Do we have anything here checking for that? Oh, it could be like if minigame is not active, because that's the thing we sometimes check. Yeah, okay, so here we're just checking this. This is how we know we don't continue time if the minigame is up. So we can make another one here, or we could simply just wait to see if they're frozen. This worked pretty well though. Like this has seemed pretty consistently functioning, and it's global, right? So it's like if any of the raccoons see that the mini game task is active, then we don't count it. It's not like local just to this one player, and so this is probably a better way to do it. I think we could try the frozen idea. Or we could just do something very similar that we could say like objective pop-up handler or something like that. Or we can make this more global instead of a mini game pop-up handler. It could just be pop-up handler. Um, yeah. So I just realized I started the stream pretty late tonight. I think I'm finding that if we do like 8, 9 p.m. streams, it's kind of late, I think, for folks. So I might actually end up hopping off here. And just having this be a really short one, but it was a good update just to kind of let y'all know where we're at, kind of show you what progress is. So just kind of recap that. Let me pop back into the scene here. We now have this sort of mini golf structure where we've removed the plinko pegs. We don't use gravity in the way we were before, and now we're able to shoot the same avatar over and over again. And then today we added like bouncy walls and things, so you can get these like ricochet shots. And we had a little hit stop in there to kind of make it a little more noticeable when you're bouncing off walls, so you feel cooler for like doing those bounce shots. We also sped up the playback, so the next time we play, hopefully people will definitely not get bored waiting for their turn. Because even with all the things we've done, because before everyone one at a time everyone would watch them line up their shot, pick their power, and then launch. And now everyone lines up their shot and picks their power at the same time. So all of that little bit, probably 1 to 2 minutes per player is now condensed. So we might be saving 5 minutes per round. And then now if we're double timing the actual playback, that's also speeding up something that might have been maybe 30 seconds for a launch to now 15. So we get twice as many turns in that same amount of time. So we're really condensing this game loop, which I like. I think it'll give us room to like feel like it's more video gamey, right? Like we're trying to like find that balance between board games, like turn-based Jackbox style, but like make it feel more physics and almost like not feel turn-based, but still leverage the value of that, which is like making sure you don't have a latency issue where like low latency players have a unfair disadvantage, those kind of things. So anyway, so working towards that. And so, yeah, I think in the, I might work a little later tonight, but I'm also getting kind of tired too. So, but getting the next steps would be getting the escape car, and the big objective pop-ups. Those are going to be big ones. And then something that I didn't mention, but we're trying to get different character selection. So being able to choose different characters, not just get a raccoon with different skills. So Anyway, this is just a very short stream, quick update. We're going to be streaming a lot more as a team. So that includes not just me, but some others from the team as well. So there will be more streams in the near future. Um,